Alright guys, here we are in BAPS. We're here for the Diwali.
How did you get like that? Okay, you try one more time. Let me take with my phone.
Hello. I love you. I have to remove my shoes, yeah.
Welcome to the BAPS Swaminarayan Temple, Hindu temple. Today we are celebrating the auspicious occasion of Diwali. What you're seeing in front of you is a thematic representation of our Lord Swaminarayan's travels as Nilkanth Varni. As you go through the exhibition, you're actually going to see his journey through the Himalaya mountains, depicting various anecdotes of his moments. It's a wonderful journey. Go and experience it. And if you're in Johannesburg, North Riding, come and visit us at the BAPS North Riding Hindu Temple.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good evening. So over here we have our resident monks that live in this temple, and all devotees that come to visit the temple are given an opportunity to meet them and to converse with them, and any questions or problems they have in life, they can seek the guidance of the monks. Yes. We have Puja Tapavatsal Swami and Adarsh Muni Swami. They are the resident monks that live in this complex, here to guide and meet people. You can meet them if you'd like to. These are our resident monks and they live here, so they just meet with all the visitors and devotees that are.
Okay. Hello. Maharaj.
Happy Diwali.
Happy.
Would you like to come and light a lamp?
So basically what we're doing here is light a lamp, light a life. What we're doing is we're asking people to light a lamp on behalf of themselves or of others, to light up their life, to pray, so God can fulfill their wishes. And it's also, this specific exhibition is basically the arrival of Lord Ram, and this Diwali is actually the celebration of Lord Ram arriving from his exile. So that's why we celebrate Diwali, and that's why we're lighting the candles at his feet.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what up that?
Rangoli is basically based around Nilkanth's journey. It's an exceptional journey of compassion. So when we say exceptional journey of compassion, meaning that his journey was set out to liberate souls. And he started at the age of 7. The whole journey took him 7 years, 11 months and 11 days. He started at Ayodhya, there where the orange lentils are, and then he trekked right through into the Himalayas. At the Himalayas, he went into Mount Kailash, Mansarovar, Muktinath, Badrinath, all of them. Muktinath is in Nepal, okay? That picture over there, that is when he went to Mansarovar, that one right in the corner. And thereafter, he went to other places as well as Badrinath and that, and he went to Muktinath, where there's about 108 rivers that converge over there. And he made penance on one leg, and he prayed again for the liberation of all the souls. He moved into Shripur, where he went into one of the ashrams. And at that ashram, there was a lion that used to basically harass the people of the ashram. He liberated and tamed the lion, as well as gave the knowledge to the priest of the ashram. Thereafter, he moved to Jagannath Puri, down into South India, and he comes to Kanyakumari, which is the tip of India. At this point, there's 3 oceans that meet: the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean, and the Arabian Sea. At this point, which is that picture right there, he stands at that ocean shores and he prays for the liberation of the whole of India. He looks towards the whole of India and he prays for the liberation of that. What do we mean by liberation? He teaches them about Atma and Paramatma. In Hinduism, we believe in reincarnation, and because of reincarnation, we have the cycle of birth and death that we keep on going through. And to liberate us out of that cycle of birth and death, we need to find the right guru that can teach us about being Atma and joining to Paramatma. And ultimately, when he reached Lodj, which is in Gujarat, he found Ramanand Swami. And Ramanand Swami recognized Nilkanth Varni as God himself. And he said, I am just a mere drum beater. At the end of the day, we also need to find a right guru that joins us to our God. And when we get that meeting or that connection, we will get liberation. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
So this is a drive that we're doing for our Maharaj Nilkanth Varni in the act of selflessness. So the story next to him, it's about him being selfless and serving others. And in that spirit, we are offering 7,111 cans towards the needy, in the same act of being selfless. And when we're telling people to put the can down, we are telling them to say a prayer for whoever may receive this. May they be blessed and showered with all the blessings of Nilkanth Varni Maharaj. So in the spirit of that, we are telling everyone to offer and just give all their love towards whoever may need these cans.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so this is the story of Sevakram, right? Sevakram was what we call a sadhu or a sage, and what happened was he was very ill at the time, and so he decided, Nilkanth Varni came across him and decided to help him and serve him back to his health. So in the exhibition, we can see that he's lying on a nice bed of banana leaves that Nilkanth Varni had prepared for him at the time so that he could rest on it. Nilkanth Varni also carried his very heavy 20 kg luggage for him and prepared food food to help him get better, right? The message that we take from this is that of what seva is, which is selfless service towards other people, like how Nilkanth did for Sevakram. Sometimes we ask when we do things for other people, what are we going to get back? But Nilkanth didn't ask this question. Instead, he simply served Sevakram, and that's the lesson that we can learn from this.
You see, this Nilkanth Varni, this 4 months is standing same like this with the Maharaj. They pray the gods, same like is standing on one leg and one hand, and there is one hand is with the Maharaj here, same like this. Here is a Maharaj on my hand on top of there, and it stand like this continue 4 months. They're praying like that, so we just enjoying. You can take a picture from here, how they're praying, how you can stand, and how it's possible. It's staying like a 4 months continuous, only one leg. They're just praying like that, so we just enjoy that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this really, we're talking about the journey of Lord Swaminarayan. When he was young, at a tender age of 11 years, he left home, he left with nothing with him. He left bare feet. All he had really with him are all these books that you see behind me, all these scriptures. We talk about the Brahma Sutra, the Bhagavad Gita, the Veds, the Upanishads, that's all. And in essence, what we're trying to say here is, how do we imbibe these practical applications in our lives? How do we be a good person? Even if you look at, say, the Ramayana, right? Ram Bhagwan left home, left for exile for 14 years. When he left, he didn't question anybody. Actually, his wife Sita ji also joined him, and so did his brother Lakshman. When they left all their luxuries behind. She left all the jewelry, everything behind. And when they came back, he didn't even go to his mom. He actually went to Mother KK, she's the one who actually sent him for exile. He actually thanked her and said, thank you for sending me. And because of that, I gained all these experiences and knowledge through the exile. And how do we now imbibe that into our lives? How do we be a better person? And thank you.
You have a document, right, where you can basically write down on a post-it note what you'd like your duty to be, whether it be in South Africa or in our country, whether it be towards your family, your friends, anyone else. But just write down.
Okay, so in this portion or parts of our exhibition, we learn about yoga with Nilkanth. So Nilkanth Varni Maharaj, he sets on path to travel India for 7 years, 1 month, 11 days. On that journey, he met his yoga guru, who is Gopal Yogi, and Gopal Yogi basically trained him or taught him about Ashtang Yoga. So Ashtang Yoga, if I were to explain it, is the highest form of dharma. And these various mudras that you see here are basically different types of examples that Nilkanth Varni Maharaj mastered in his journey throughout India. And this is quite commendable, as doing Ashtang Yoga, practicing these various mudras and positions actually helps one in terms of meditation. It helps one in terms of one's senses. So he set out barefoot without any food or anything. So for months he would basically starve or have no food in certain locations. And by doing this type of tap or doing this type of yoga, it actually helped him in terms of his senses, or in terms of controlling his mind, where while he's in this stance or in this position, he would basically chant the Swaminarayan mantra or chant the Om mantra and go through days like that without even realizing that, oh, maybe 1 or 2 months have passed. And like that, he traveled India for 7 years, 1 month and 11 days. Thank you.
We take a small story of Nilkanth Varni Maharaj, right? So he set a path from home at the age of 11, and he traveled throughout India for 7 years, 1 month and 11 days. And through this entire journey, he actually met with a master of yogi, who is Gopal Yogi. So you probably have went through that exhibit as well, where you've seen various types of positions or mudras that he's taken. So with the association of Gopal Yogi, he actually mastered Ashtang Yoga. Ashtang Yoga, which is basically the highest form of dharma. Now, obviously on my left hand side as well, you've seen that Nilkanth has traveled various portions of various parts of India, sometimes not even in the best of conditions, and he set apart or set afoot home with nothing but a few items in hand, right? So there were moments where he didn't have food to eat, or and he basically went through quite a few hardships in that entire process. So at the end of the day, when the 7 years, 1 month, 11 days came to an end, he actually went to Ramanand Swami's ashram in Lodj, Gujarat, and that's where he came under the fellowship of Ramanand Swami. And then one, for example that you'd see, which is in my foreground, is that he actually used to go door to door picking up grains, right? So he used to beg for alms, going door to door so that he could take it back to the ashram and actually make a meal for everyone else that was in that ashram, all the elderly and younger monks or saints in that ashram. So one thing that we're talking about here is Swadharma, duty. So at the age of 11, Nilkanth Varni Maharaj thought that his Swadharma, his duty, is to actually go on foot and travel India and actually spread the word of righteousness, right? No one in this day and age, at the age of 11, would step out of the house. They're obviously stuck on their phones, right? They would rather pick something else than go out and spread the word of righteousness. So what we're asking of everyone here today is, we have a Swadharma wall, which is behind me. All of us belong to a specific country or city. As a resident of South Africa, what do you think is your duty? So I've just explained Nilkanth Varni Maharaj's duty in his life. What do you think your duty is in our country that you can basically contribute to society, to further generations to come? Because at one point, all of us won't be here. It will only be our kids or their kids. It's about the future generations to come and the legacy that you leave behind. So there's a table here on my right hand side that you can obviously just write down something you'd like to manifest, or something you think is your duty that you'd like to take upon in this coming year or coming Diwali on Monday and Wednesday. So if you could all please make your way towards the table and write something down and put it on the wall so that it manifests in this coming year. Thank you so much.
After that, at some point, he found Ramanand.
So in this exhibit, we get to the point where what did Nilkanth Varni actually advocate for in his 7-year voyage? So he traveled across all the Himalayas and he encountered a wide variety of people. He encountered paupers, kings, queens, you name it. He encountered everyone. And one thing he noticed in common was they all lacked some sort of spirituality in their lives. I mean, you and I, every day we're so busy and we forget about God completely. And then we remember God when something good or something bad happens. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, why, God, did you do that? And this is exactly what he wished to advocate against. He wanted that everyone always remember God at all times, every day. In this shlok here, from the Satsang Diksha, written by Sri Mahant Swami Maharaj, he explains that yes, we may be already praying and doing our devotion, but how are we doing our devotion? Are we focused on an intrinsic value or the extrinsic value of our devotion? Are we praying for more money, more cars, everything material around us? Or are we praying to actually become better people? Are we praying that they give us strength to overcome our vices, our addictions? Or are we actually praying for giving us the strength to do better devotion? And this is what Puja Mahant Swami Maharaj tells us. He says that we should rather focus on our internal first, focus on our soul. Once we have our soul in order, once we have pleased our Guru, our Bhagwan, from the inside of our hearts, then we can worry about everything else. Why? Because God will take care of everything else around us once our inside is pure.
Yes, so each little ball has a motivational quote wrapped around it. So please feel free to reach out and maybe pick a ball for yourself and take a message home with you today.
What does it say?
It says Sarve Divya Che, which means see everyone as divine. So our Guru Mahant Swami Maharaj often emphasizes this point. So seeing everyone as divine, so instead of seeing flaws in oneself, instead of seeing flaws in other people, why doesn't one see flaws in oneself and improve oneself? So you shouldn't take above Avgun, that's what he says. You shouldn't take any negative faults of other people and take it into mind. You shouldn't think bad of others. You shouldn't see any negative points in other people. And always strive to improve yourself by improving others. That's what it means. Sarve Divya Che.
Once again, guys, thanks for watching the Moonoveraquarius Experience. I hope you've enjoyed the Diwali 2025 at BAPS. So don't forget, hit that subscribe and like button for more content like this. Cheers for now.